Will, can you listen to this? Make sure it's all right. Hello, watching Stretford Paddock. We're back. We've had some audio issues. We've fixed them. They didn't work again. We think we fixed it again. We're going to have someone monitoring the audio to let us know, but let us know in the comments if it goes wrong again. This should be, if it's worked now, that should be the final time that it doesn't work. Ever. Someone says no audio, but you might be lying. So
he's lying.
It's a cute little joke there from Gavin. Thank you, Gavin.
Quality banter.
We should have really good audio now, and we've ordered some new cables as well, so we're going to have even better audio. Expensive sound cables as well. I say expensive, like 50
And just to back up Cam, for anyone in the comments, somehow wasn't actually his fault.
That wasn't Cam's fault this time.
No. It
wasn't
Cam's fault.
It was Adam's fault.
It wasn't my fault.
We've replaced Stephen. Well, we've told Stephen to lose 5 stone, and we've brought him in really quickly.
Yeah, no.
Congratulations on the weight loss.
Well. Yeah.
Great. But we're back, and we're going to be talking about. Sorry, 4 stone. We're going to be talking about Anthony Martial.
Yeah.
You were telling us. I was saying. Before we were so rudely interrupted by ourselves.
There's this kind of news that the Express have put out saying, if Manchester United face Anthony Martial leaving Old Trafford, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer fails mission, and I think that mission is qualifying for the Champions League.
Very NASA though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Houston, we have a problem, isn't it? Failed mission.
But it doesn't actually say anything about it. There's nothing like saying...
There's no quotes.
There's no quotes. There's just... apparently nearly joined Inter Milan in 2017 because Mourinho wanted to get rid of him.
Yeah, he wanted the Perisic.
He wanted the Perisic thing.
It's kind of a good thing that didn't happen.
Yeah, that wouldn't have gone too well. And it's a load. Nothing really there.
Nothing concrete.
No, but
so is the Express saying that we might get rid of Martial if we don't? Does it not mention what that mission is? Does it say Champions League somewhere?
It says Champions League. It says
yeah. So if we don't get Champions League, Martial might want to leave us.
If Solskjaer fails to guide his side back in the Champions League, there's a realistic chance the striker could jump ship.
I like that. How for 3 years it's been managers haven't liked him. Fans have been, iffing and umming and ahhing about whether Martial's right for the club, and all of a sudden he has 3 good weeks, and now the stories are being written. I'm not blaming Martial for this because I don't think this is coming from him. The stories are being written that he'll jump ship, he'll leave us.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything.
I don't think. Yeah, how long's left in his contract? Does it say on that in that article?
No, actually,
because that would be a big part of it. What do you think?
Martial, I don't know. I just feel like this is the type of story that it's just a bored journalist. He's just like, hang on, what can we do here? It makes sense because Martial is sort of in that camp of. Is he going to be here? Is he the man?
I reckon he's got. I reckon all journalists now have a list of players and a list of clubs. They just go Paul Pogba, Inter Milan.
And also Martial signed a 5-year contract last year. And a contract extension keeping him here till 2024 with an option for another year
under Ollie as well.
Yeah,
and that was when
that was January 2019, so just literally 1 year ago.
There was rumours that he didn't want to sign under Jose, and at the moment Ollie come in, I think he had him for a couple of weeks, if that, and it was signed. So the intent was there. He wants to stay at United, and I think he loves his chant. The fans all love him to death, and it's just now put him as a centre forward, and he's just trying to make him be consistent. His goal record speaks for itself, but his overall play in the game, you just wish he'd do more than finishing. But is that like because of the fact that we've not really been good in the final third? Fernandes has come in and Martial's just perked up another level. As far as I'm concerned.
If you make him 5 chances a game, he'll get you 2 goals a game. But the problem, I think he looks at his worst when we don't make chances.
Yeah.
He does look worse.
He looks bad. Yeah. Because his hold-up play isn't brilliant. That's not what he's about. His dribbling and his finishing is excellent.
The hold-up play, anything in the air. Anything in the air he struggles with.
Yeah.
But there's sometimes that when Martial was injured, you saw how much Rashford really missed him. And even though Rashford did step up, and he did drag us through a lot of games, and he went on some pretty mad scoring record, there was times where he would love it. And then, was it Norwich away? When Martial and Rashford just absolutely ran and ragged. I know we missed 2 penalties, but Martial's I know he just criticised his hold-up play, and I'll admit, his hold-up play at times can be bad. But there's some times where there's some goals that just wouldn't happen if Martial didn't have the ingenuity or physicality to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think sometimes people confuse criticising a single part of someone's game, and I think his hold-up play has got a lot better. Yeah. But just because his hold-up play isn't the hold-up play of Didier Drogba doesn't mean he's not an excellent player. Like, he has other things. No one is everything. There are very few players, maybe Ronaldo, some of the most complete R9 Ronaldo, one of the most complete strikers ever, maybe the most complete striker ever. But just because you can't do every single thing And when you point out that someone can't do everything, doesn't mean that you think they're crap or that they're worthless or that they're no good. Martial's hold-up play isn't world class, and sometimes his attacking position isn't amazing. But like you said, his goal-scoring record is excellent.
It's like a goal every other game, I think.
Yeah, and his goal-per-minute ratio is even better, and his finishing has always been excellent. So one of the problems we've had, and one of the reasons why he looks much better now, is because players are making chances for him. He's scoring more goals. Shock horror.
Yeah, exactly. It's just symptomatic of that. You get players around. You get good players around good players, and it makes a good team. I mean, I know that people said that, like Pukki, for example, at the start of this season, sort of dragged Norwich through that sort of bit at the start of the season. Obviously, that's failed off now. You've got other players like Mitchell at Swansea, who drag that Swansea team up to another level. And I get that he can raise them, but when you sometimes have an off day and everyone else around you's looking at you to go, well, we're kind of looking at you to score the goals here, mate. But now he's got Fernandes, who's just giving him chance after chance after chance. And if he's not giving him chances, he's scoring himself. Yeah, exactly.
And also, imagine putting Pogba back in this team, who I know you're not a big fan of, but if we take away the politics of it and just look at him as a player. As
a player, yeah, of course.
He'll get you 10 goals, 10 assists a season well. Yeah. So that's more goals, that's more pressure off Martial. Put Rashford back in this team, a lad who's already got 19 goals by January this season, Marcus Rashford, having even earlier in the season he missed a few games. So, when this team's fully functioning, and there's a lot of goals in this team now where, 18 months ago, Rashford wasn't scoring anything like the number of goals he was now. He probably would have doubled his best ever season this season if he hadn't have got injured. His goal scoring, his minutes per goal ratio was incredible. Martial stepped it up. We've got Fernandes in as well, and Pogba hasn't been playing, but all of a sudden you look at this team at full strength and there's a lot of goals in that side now.
I think we're a right winger away from a real front head of the side being good. I mean, the defence even has sharpened up, I think, in recent games. Maguire, since he's become captain, has really sort of stepped up another level, and that again, that's raised the defensive line. Matic has been brilliant. He's well deserved that contract. He probably deserves another one after this extension. Yeah, maybe. So I feel that there's an element there going forward that I'm actually really excited about for once. And I understand that you Pogba, but if I took the politics out of it, brilliant. I personally don't think that he'll be here next season. Yeah. But I know that his name's always thrown about, and I know it's the obvious name that everyone jumps to, but Jadon Sancho is the obvious piece of this puzzle. And if Sancho goes to any other club in Europe, or stays any other club in Europe, that's when United need to look at themselves and go, where do we go now? Who do we? And this is where the scouting department comes in, obviously. Do you unearth a gem? But Sancho is literally the most perfect number 7 for United at this moment in time.
He's 19 until actually maybe sometime literally in April.
19 until he's 20.
We've got a question
in March.
Said question: where does Martial fit in if we get Sancho and Grealish, have Rashford, Bruno, and Pogba?
I don't think you get Grealish.
Yeah, I think it's Grealish or Pogba at this point.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be both of them.
So I think you might see Fred and Pogba sitting deep with. Fred and Pogba sitting deep with Bruno in front of him, and then you'd have Sancho, Martial, Rashford. I think we haven't been linked very strongly with any number 9s other than keeping Ighalo.
There's the Ighalo. Obviously, there's Haaland.
But I mean,
since then, there's nothing really.
There's been no concrete interest.
There's been more people saying he would be good, so they've been saying Werner would be good, but there's the links elsewhere, and then there's Dembele would be good, but there's not been any.
Also, I'm not necessarily.
You don't like Dembele.
I just don't think he's proved himself. I think I'm not saying he couldn't be good. I'm saying we don't have any evidence to suggest he would be good. Like he gets a decent amount of goals in a poor league.
Yeah, and
he's not that young, and he's not. He wasn't incredible for Celtic. He was good, but he didn't do Larson numbers to Celtic.
We have been linked with Harry Kane.
That's true. We have been linked with Harry Kane, but when I say linked, we actually have heard from relatively concrete sources about Grealish and about Sancho, and we haven't had anything like that.
Hang on.
Go on.
Jesus, young Michael Carrick and chubby Bruno Fernandes.
I think that's unfair on you. Yeah. I think you look more like.
And I don't like a young Carrick at all.
I don't know. No, he's a young Carrick.
That's the joke.
Oh. I think you look like. Do you remember when David Seaman first shaved his hair?
Oh God.
You look like a sort of an old David Seaman.
I'm a Seaman.
Yeah, you are Seaman.
Moving's 50.
Great, yes. I see it. Stephen, lol. Fuck
laugh out.
Yeah, I see it. Chubby Bruno Fernandes.
I'm a chubby player of the year.
As well? That's rude, isn't it? You've got your face is chubbier than his, but I wouldn't say you were a chubby Bruno Fernandes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
because that insinuates that you're chubby.
Hey, I'm a chubby player of the month.
Carrick, Pirlo, Fat Bruno. That's what's.
Mine are really nice every time. Carrick, Pirlo, Fat Bruno, Frank Bruno.
Jonathan Green and you just got.
Yeah, I'll take it. He's gorgeous. Absolutely not. We're looking at shots of central London. If you notice, I'm looking over the camera. How quiet is it there,
by the way?
It's because we are currently waiting a live press conference from presumably the Prime Minister, but certainly people outside of number 10 down the street. It's all going to
stop working soon, isn't it?
So if there's any updates while we're live about that, we'll give you those. It's mad, isn't it?
Everything's just going to stop.
I know people always say, "Oh, it's like a film," and it's such a cliched, overused thing when anything happens. Oh, it's like a film, isn't it? But this is unprecedentedly like a film. And how much does that look? All those buildings look like the Primark, by the way, just outside Piccadilly Gardens.
They do.
Same colour. This is unprecedentedly like a film, isn't it?
Is unprecedentedly a word?
Effing mouth up before
I like unprecedentedly. If that's a word,
I got shit in a paper target because I said
you got shit in a newspaper. What?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's called The Sun.
There
we go.
Oh, it's still hot. It still burns. It still burns at such a high heat.
I said the plural of Guinness as Guinnesses, as opposed to what? Guinness-I?
It's Guinai.
Guinai?
Yeah.
Guinai.
That sounds like some Aussie.
Can I have 10 Guinnesses?
Or multiple Gwyneth Paltrow. It's the same
with
thing.
Vagina scented.
No, I think the multiple Guinness is Guinness.
I'm a big investor.
I think the plural of Guinness is Guinness. Can I have 10 Guinness, please?
Yeah, Guinnesses. I'd take
no,
Guinnesses.
You don't say Guinness. I don't think you say Guinness. I think just Guinness.
Bloke in the middle of Joseph of Nazareth. I think it's Jesus of Nazareth.
Bloke in the middle looks like Joe Smith.
You're making a Joseph thing. Nice, that's a good one. So we'll give you the update on the Prime Minister's news conference, which is coming very shortly. It's weird that we're getting political, but it's not really politics.
It's hard to avoid it. It's hard to avoid it because football falls into it.
I know.
Because we said this about transfers as well. How does this mean now that United's transfer look starts now? Does business begin now? Or are we going to wait till football might be ended to sort of get everything over the line? Like you've seen Chelsea's got Hakim Ziyech, obviously way before coronavirus came out, but they sorted a deal out. I mean, when was the last time we sorted a deal outside of a window?
Outside of a window, I don't know. The one that always springs to mind is Memphis Depay, that I think was announced on one of the first few days of the
that was a
summer transfer window. Because I remember I was going to the gym with my friend, so I know when it was because I don't go to the gym that often. And we heard it in the car either before or just as the transfer window opened. Dry cough.
Don't say dry cough.
Why?
It's not a
dry cough.
You're a dry cough.
Martial, we think he's going to stay then, do we?
I want him to. Yeah, I think he will.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
You think he might not?
I think he should, but I think if he's happy with Igalo, then I think he was meant to be. But I think if he gets someone else in, if a Werner or Kane comes in and is available,
if Kane, it's no-brainer.
I think they'll cash in and move him on. But
you can't turn down Kane because his goal-scoring record's phenomenal. I mean, I was watching Premier League years like everyone else. It's the only thing to watch on Sky. And there was a thing that come up, I think, 2 or 3 seasons ago, I think it might have been. It was City's Centurion. It was the Mourinho's second season. And I think Kane got this record where it was only him, Henry and Shearer had 4 consecutive back-to-back seasons of 20-plus goals in the league. And I was there he's still probably got that record. Why wouldn't you take him?
Because I'd definitely take him, but I think he's...
Could you imagine if we had Rashford, Kane, Sancho, not only for United, but then for England's trio up front? So the games they're playing with each other for club and country, week in, week out. Now, in terms of getting to know each other perfectly, amazing. Country.
Another comment here at the end there.
We like comments.
You are saying Grealish is coming if Pogba leaves. People say Grealish can play in the 10, and you've also talked about Grealish can play in the midfield 3. I've only seen him play left wing. Thoughts?
He reminds me so much of Hazard in that he used to sort of start on the left, but just drift in the midfield, and then we're just sort of hovering between the lines, and that's where he's very predictive. But the issue with that is how then you lose a left winger, but then you put Rashford in there. So then you move in number 10, but then you've got to take Fernandes out.
I don't see him there. I think the reason he's played so far forward for Villa is because they're a team near the relegation zone that need to have 3 defensive midfielders in there. They can't. They can't do the thing.
And I don't think he's not really played as, and maybe in formation he's played there, but I don't think he plays the role.
He's
of a
not
left
someone
winger.
that's. He's not like. He's
Rashford,
not
where he knocks
left
it past his fullback and sprints after the ball.
He's not a true winger.
No, he's playing as a left-sided midfielder, and I think his game, like we see with Mata playing on the right as a right-sided right winger for United, he drifts in. And I think his game can be suited to a more central role, and I think that's what we'd get him for, because he's obviously not going to replace Rashford in the United's team.
Do you reckon it's a case of big fish, small pond? Kind of like Ashley Young was, funnily enough, for Villa.
Big fish, small football socks as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Apparently.
Very small. Doesn't wear... I thought that was illegal. I thought you had to cover your
No,
full shin pad.
he does cover his full shin pad.
He gives it a tuck in.
He rolls it over the top.
Because you're not meant to see the shin pad.
Yeah, he's covering his shin pads
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I don't know. I feel like Grealish has proved himself, yes. But I feel like I'd only ever want him as a backup.
What?
I feel it's better. I feel like I'm not saying Maddison, because I think Maddison's gone off it. I think Grealish is better than Maddison. I'm just saying that we've got better players than Jack Grealish.
Do you think?
Look, if we got rid of Pereira and Lingard tomorrow, hopefully, Grealish I would have in a heartbeat to replace two of them.
Grealish is going to cost us probably 60 million.
Exactly, yeah, that's the issue. He's a marquee signing. But is he a marquee player? Is he going to start week?
Do you think he's not that good?
I do think he's good. I do think he's good. But I think that in the positions that he wants to play in, we've got Bruno, Pogba and Rashford.
What are you looking at?
I'm just looking. I just think I'm just confused.
You're upset, aren't you?
I'm confused that you don't like
We've
Grealish.
talked ourselves.
No, I just said it.
No, I like it. I like that you've come on here and you've given us a reality check. Because I didn't know that much about Grealish to start with. I wasn't that happy with him. And then we've kind of got to the point where we've talked it into being this big signing, this big player who's a really good player for Villa. But maybe he's not, and then I'm getting scared again. I don't want to imagine it.
When you've got someone around him like Bruno, I think he's good enough. I think he's got all the.
Someone says, "Bro, back up! What the f is that guy smoking?"
It's not just what it's what the fuck.
No,
is
look,
that guy smoking?
if we got Grealish, I can understand why. But what I'm getting at is the fact that he's not going to start for United. I would happily have him. I would have him as well. Right, so if you got
Jackie Greenlips ain't going to start for United.
You got a fully fit. You've got a fully fit United side, right?
Pogba's gone.
Pogba's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
In this world.
Okay. So what systems Ollie preferred right now?
4-2-3-1.
Okay. So you've got the fours don't count. Two at base. Who you put in? Fred, McTominay.
Yeah. Fred, McTominay.
Right.
Potentially, and Bruno.
Or Matic.
No, Bruno's. Well, anyway, one of those three and Bruno.
That's the only way you fit him in if Bruno drops deep.
Bruno's in
but Bruno at the moment in the 10 has proved that.
But he's not playing the 10.
Well, he starts in the 10 is what I mean, and then that turns to a midfield 3. And we have McTominay, Matic.
But because you not have Fred, Grealish, and Bruno as your midfield 3.
No, this is the only thing that I'm getting at.
But that's not the formation we play, is it?
Exactly.
You could play Bruno deeper, and you will.
I know it's not a rigid system that we play. I know it's not Van Gaalian in the fact that
Van Gaalian.
That's a new word.
There's
that I make
a word.
Up. I love making
There's
words
a word for you.
That's good, actually. I like that.
I think
Van Gaalian.
Right, now that you've mentioned it, yeah, I feel like the only way he would fit in is if Bruno does play.
Bruno is going to play
as a consistent 8, as a direct Pogba replacement, which he very well could be.
I think he is.
I feel like this summer with what we sell, where Pogba goes is going to be determined where he goes. But I would just prefer.
Can we get Van Gaalian as a T-shirt?
You and your bleeding T-shirts. You're keeping Red Bubble alive, you aren't you?
Yep.
But no, Grealish, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of hype around Grealish, rightfully so. And I'm making arguments for and against it. And I realise I'm saying this, and the comments are saying, what the hell is this guy speaking about?
Well, yeah, but also you're allowed to have mixed opinions on someone.
The only reason
it's not all love or all hate, is it? So,
I'm just
have your
unsure.
opinion.
I'm just unsure. That's it. I'm unsure.
There's a couple
and I can see both why and for, but I prefer him over Maddison now, because Maddison, I think, has tailed off. I think he had a bit of a...
I don't think he's got enough...
I don't think he's got
enough needle in him.
This is so stupid as well, but Jack Grealish seems to have a bit of kind of star quality. Do you know when you press the golden buzzer on X Factor? Because yes, you've seen players who James Maddison. He's getting 3 yeses. He's going through to the next round. But Jack Grealish has got that golden buzzer straight to judges' houses, straight to live shows type field to where he's got the quality, but he's got something else as well.
I think it's that leadership that he's got, and that sort of, he will lift players around him. Like he's brought Villa back into the league.
He's got an attitude to him, hasn't he? He's a bit of a spicy boy,
but then got a bit further with him.
There's a few people in the comments saying that we've got a Martial agenda against him.
Literally just said that he's one of the best finishers.
We've just said he's going to be here next season. When other people were saying he's going to leave.
The reason we're talking about this is what I'm just going to put in there for you all.
Oh, he's putting...
That's the article. If you want to have a read of why we've put that as a thing, that's what it's in there for.
But
we don't have a problem with Martial at all.
No.
Well, was the guy employed to score goals? Was the guy doing most games score goals?
He's been good and score goals.
But what we're asking for is just a little bit extra, and I feel like you can't be happy with a player who scores. Well, you can be happy, but you want to ask that little bit more. You want 30 goals.
We want someone in the United team to score 30 goals.
Yeah.
And it's not just his fault that he's not.
Yeah, I mean, look at the teams that have won titles over the last few years. There's always someone who breaks 20, 30 goals, and Rashford was getting there, Martial was getting there, and we just asked, just to push each other so that they could get up. Because you look at Mane and Salah at Liverpool, as much as I hate to use the example, we could have our very own Mane and Salah in the form of Rashford and Martial.
Very much all Rashford and Sancho.
Exactly, yeah.
With Martial
Sancho
being
as well,
the Firmino, maybe.
Yeah. Well, the weird thing is that their number 9... I think this is the first season where a number 9 for the team hasn't scored 20, 30 goals and has won them the league.
For Liverpool.
For any team, there's always been a top goal scorer, number 9, that's done the business. And as a number 9...
Aguero, Costa, Vardy...
did Costa get 20 league goals?
Yeah. He must have been 19. He must have been pushing because he scored a lot.
He was up there with the top goal scorer.
Yeah, whereas Firmino's only scored like 1 goal away from home.
And then you look behind that as well. To United, Rooney, Ronaldo, and Drogba at Chelsea. I know that he scored more big goals. No, he didn't
usually when they win the league, he scored.
But there was always a
quality over quantity.
There was always a top goal scorer. And Liverpool this year have kind of broke the trend of not having an out-and-out goal scorer that have done it.
The thing is, though, Firmino's never been a striker. He played in striker, but he's always been a number 10. He's always been... They've always said a false 9, but Liverpool, if anything, play more of a diamond formation with the fullbacks pushed up every time I see them play.
Do you think that United... Grealish is a nice, cool signing. It's this young lad who's good-looking, who gets fouled a lot, good at dribbling, scores goals and stuff. Like he ticks a lot of the boxes of who I want us to sign. But do you think we maybe need the 25-year-old Matic? Someone that like a world-class defensive midfielder?
I don't know.
Because we've got McTominay, who I think is best as an 8. He's a defensive 8, but he's not a screener. He can't play as a single man in a pivot.
Yeah.
Same with Fred. I think he's excellent. He's improved, and I really like him now. But I think you wouldn't trust him to do Kante's role at Leicester. Do we need Ndidi or we're not going to get Kante, but do we need that kind of player?
I think he wants. I think Bruno does enough defensively. I think number 10s. I think this is probably why.
That was the chair.
That wasn't.
I hope it was the chair.
Right. If I do it now, it's the chair. Promise. Chair.
Okay, we'll move on. I'm not even going to mention it.
Right, and it's not going to smell because it is the chair.
Okay, so Grealish, with Bruno and McTominay, I think there's enough defensive work in midfield there without having a sitting there number 6. I think that's not what he's looking at playing. I think it's going to be a more fluid situation.
Yeah, someone's heard that.
Coronavirus is.
It's definitely a fluid situation if my pants are anything to go by.
Yep, Craig Smith saw that you were...
No, Craig! If we're setting up a 4-3-3... Yeah, but one of the things I've said for a long time since Solskjaer came in is I think he's doing his best to set up in systems that suit the players we have. Yeah. So I think for a long time we didn't play with an out. Well, we kind of... I think that one of the reasons for ages that he played with that two holding players is because he didn't trust any single player to do that job by themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think in certain games he does the same with when we play 5 at the back. Again, I think it's because he doesn't trust the midfield to stop those balls going out wide or to control the game, so he wants to bulk up the defence against the big teams. I think a lot of it is not just to counter the teams we're playing, but to counter our own weaknesses. So I wonder if he would, if Solskjaer would be so staunch in favour of the 4-2-3-1 if we had someone that could play in like a 4-3-3 kind of formation instead.
It's what frustrates me because when he was interim, he went 4-3-3. But I think he was under the guys that, right, I'll just play these lot. These will be happy. This system that probably won't want to play, so we'll go with it. Yeah. And then when he got manager, it was like, right, I'm taking the power in. I'm going to go with this system instead.
Definitely had the players to do that then, though, with Herrera and Pogba.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but wouldn't you think that now Herrera's been replaced by Fred?
Yeah.
Would you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Because I was thinking about this the other day, and I've seen someone raise a good point, and I was there going, they're totally different players, and I understand that. But in terms of actual getting a player in, because Fred at that point was redundant, as far as I was concerned. He was very poor.
Herrera had a bit more going forward.
See,
Fred was one of them. If the ball fell to Herrera at the edge of the box, fancied him.
Do you not think Herrera, Fred, is better in the defensive aspect?
Definitely.
It's 6-1 and a half, doesn't know the other for 2 different reasons.
Yeah, but that makes it kind of shifts it, so you could have the 2 sitting rather than having Herrera.
Because no offence to Fred, whilst like I said, I think he's improved so much, and his reading of the game is one thing that has massively improved because he doesn't find himself in his positioning defensively is so much better than it was. But one thing that Herrera has over Fred, as well as his finishing, is his passing. Fred's passing and through balls and a reason why Herrera. There is. He's not. He's not crap. He can do it, but Herrera could play 10 yards further forward on average because his passing into the final third was better than Fred's. I think no one's going to deny that Herrera's a better passer of the ball than Fred. So that's another reason why. And then you add all those factors together and really think, well, let's keep Fred away from the 18-yard box. So then all of a sudden he is playing as a defensive midfielder. So you end up not playing 4-3-3 because you've got, let's say you've got Bruno on one side, you've got current fitness, you've got Matic in the middle, you've got Fred on the other side. You've got an excellent sort of source of goals and assists in industry through Bruno. And not quite so much defensive, and then you can't attack through the right because it's Fred trying to play those balls to a right winger that doesn't exist.
Exactly.
So if you replace Fred in that system for Grealish or Pogba, and then you get Sancho on that wing, then all of a sudden you've got Pogba, Fernandes, and Matic. But really, you need. That's why that's what I'm saying. Do we need the younger version of Matic?
Yeah, I think that it goes back to that saying, doesn't it? That's like defense wins you. Attack wins your games, defence wins your titles. And that Matic, when he came at Chelsea at that time, was for me one of, if not the best midfielder in the Premier League. Everyone raved over Fabregas, rightfully so. Kante at Leicester afterwards. But at the time, I was there going, no one's had an impact on a team as much as Matic has for me because he just literally come in and he absolutely shut everything down in that defence.
It was amazing.
Nothing went past him. No. And obviously, age was a factor in that. But ever since the game against City in the League Cup this season, when he come off the bench at half time, that was the turning point for the rest of the season, as far as I'm concerned. We just got some news through that all UK schools are being closed on Friday.
From Friday
until further notice. God, so they've not even given a date for it.
No, this
should have been done a while ago.
I mean, it goes along with the news that Scotland and Wales and I believe Northern Ireland as well.
Northern Ireland.
So it's kind of nationwide or sort of United Kingdom wide. What's going on?
Oliver Edwards just said, can you do watch along for the games? United are posting the classic games. I don't know whether they are.
I don't know what they're posting. Maybe on their YouTube page.
It's all going a bit crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going crazy.
So I don't know, what are we gonna do?
Don't touch your nose, chubby Bruno. We do not touch eyes and nose. We might infect ourselves with coronavirus. I think you're touching.
Hang
your
on,
nose,
who's
mate.
that? Chubby Bruno, do not touch your eyes and news.
News twice.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, so I don't know quite how we're going to see this unfold with the United. Obviously, I don't know how this is going to unfold. But I think we are going after midfield signings. There was talk as well the other day that United are after another centre back. That talk in the Athletic and a couple of different publications.
I think it's on the list, but I think it's
Jones looks like he's on his way out.
Winger,
so
midfielder, maybe another striker. Then it's fullback. Then it's probably
it's going to be Sancho. All season it will be Sancho, unless they nip it in the bud.
So here's the thing: if we don't get Sancho, who is number 2 on that list? Do you think?
I don't think there is.
It was for me Ziyech.
Do you think?
For me, it was at the time. Obviously, he's now gone. He's at Chelsea. That ship sailed. Now we have to get him. We just have to go all in. The culprit. Look, Dortmund know that we want him. All of Europe know that we want Sancho. City, I don't know what the situation is in terms of they get first refusal or what, but they know that we want him. Yeah. So why don't United just nip this in the bud now and just get it done with? Because we all know that United are terrible negotiators, like they did with Maguire, where they went back in time and it was like we offered 50 million for them about 3 months prior. And then 80 million, for him 3 months prior. They tried knocking it down, and for 3 months or 4 months, they all went, 80 million. They was like, okay, we'll pay it. So it wasted 3 months' time. Just fucking get it over the line.
Just say how much you want for him, and just go, that's it, done.
I wonder as well how much financially transfers are going to be affected by all this because of the money being lost. Are we going to see a complete dip?
Maybe.
Sancho being 100 million, now he's 50 million, but it's inflated deflation, if anything.
I don't know what's going. You don't know what's going.
I mean, the pound is down 2% on the euro, and I think even more than that, it's down to $1.15 at the minute.
Like that. It's crazy.
So there's so many things, so many factors going into this that we don't know.
It's the timescale as well. Like when they've said they're going to do all the leagues by June 30th, but they've not said anything about doing European competitions before then either.
No.
So that might be into July, which means that's into the transfer window. So now now you're negotiating during the Champions League still in Europe.
That's insane, isn't it? Imagine if United finished the Europa League with Jadon Sancho in the squad.
He wouldn't be able to play.
Why wouldn't he?
Because he's not be able to register him.
No, you are. I mean, Bruno Fernandes has played in the Europa League twice.
But you wouldn't be able to register. Sorry, you wouldn't be able to register the player until the start of the next season,
which is July.
No,
I think it is.
No, it's August.
Is the official season starts in July?
No.
in August. The first.
I think so, yeah. I don't know. I think
they've moved
that can't be true because they have European qualifiers in July.
Yeah, but there'll be a registration period that they will set, and they will move that registration period.
Someone have a Google of that in the comments, please. Just give us a little double check. But yeah, also they've moved.
It's a hard thing to Google, to be honest.
The transfer.
I don't think we know.
Yeah, but people are isolating the stuff to do.
Yes, here is some Stretford Paddock mugs that we've got. They're available for purchase on our merchandise website, and the link to that is in the description.
Hang on,
but the mugs, we'll come back to that. The mugs are also available for free if you go into iTunes and go to the Stretford Paddock podcast, which is this will be part of, and you leave us a 5-star review.
My job today,
you can get a free mug.
Really, really, really fun is packaging these up for people and sending them out.
Yeah, we've sold a few, haven't we?
So if you'd like one of these,
the Stretford Paddock FC home shirt.
They're really nice.
Yeah, they are, and there's loads of other kits as well. Loads of other stuff available.
Little details on the sleeves.
Really nice. They've got a bit of Umbro on them there.
Yeah, if you want to get into the store...
Well, we do have more than one camera.
Yeah, we just don't use it.
Just cameras.
If you get into the store, you will see all sorts of different things on there. So that's the Stretford Paddock FC home shirt. There's also a training kit. There's loads of training apparel as well. And if you get it, some of you in the comments, I'm sure, have already bought some stuff on there. So if you put it on Twitter and tag either Stretford Paddock, Stephen Howson, myself, or Alex, or anyone,
put it on Twitter, put it on Instagram, put it on whatever.
We'll give you a retweet. We'll talk to you. We'll have a chat with you. Yeah. So the shirt is really nice. The shirt is really nice.
The comments says even that the shirt looks mint.
Yeah, exactly.
Have we got a train? Oh, this is nice as well. I'm going to buy one. Yeah, bring that. It's really nice.
You've got a training shirt.
This is a special.
I'm going to buy one of these. I'm going to buy one of these.
This is
I don't get it for free.
A training jumper. No, we don't get it for free. They're too nice to get for free. This is a training jumper.
If this was in my size, I might have had it for free. But
can you change camera?
He's not. He's so we can see that. But not only is this a nice jumper, it's got zips on it.
Yeah, it's really nice. Zip pockets.
It's got zips.
So that's one as well. That is really good.
So, show the camera. Hang on. There we go.
We've got this one.
Which is like a quarter zip.
Put my arm around it. There you go. It's that
quarter zip's really nice.
Quarter zip one. Nice little badge.
But either way,
they are actually really good.
Nice
this one especially, the quality. I mean, they're all good, but the quality on this,
it's a quality garment.
The quality on this is actually exceptional. Really, really good. Someone says zips. OMFG, I'm sold.
There we go.
You don't get zips
on a jumper.
Good action. Good action. You ready for this? There we go.
Trapped his neck skin and he's bleeding out. We're gonna have to go. And yeah, there's loads of stuff available on there, mugs and all sorts. And also, hate to make it a charity thing, but obviously we're going through very, very difficult times at the moment. So anywhere you can support,
and these are nice.
Anywhere you can support us will be massively appreciated.
I feel warm and toasty already.
And you look. I tell you what, you look less chubby than you used to.
I do.
You look sporty.
I'm now Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, you're just regular anorexic Bruno Fernandes joining me.
Exactly.
On my left. Yeah, I reckon we should go. There's a lot of news coming out from Boris Johnson. Exams will not take place as planned in May and June at school. So any of you that are at school, the exams are going all over the place. There's no school. School's out for summer.
Not the song.
No, the real life version of it. It's very, very difficult time that we're in at the moment, isn't it, boys? We're back tomorrow. We're going to have another podcast tomorrow. Joe McGraw will be on the podcast tomorrow.
Yeah, he says that.
He's a very difficult sausage to pin down, and I've pinned down a few sausages in my time. Don't you worry about that. Thank you for joining me, Alex.
Thanks,
Thank you for joining me, Chubby Bruno.
You're welcome, Jesus.
Thank you for joining us at home. We're back tomorrow for news. Me and Stephen are taking cameras home with us just in case we have to do a sort of homebrew version of things. Homebrew. That might be on Monday.
That might be Monday. We won't be having a homebrew.
Right, again, thank you very much for joining us. Leave us a 5-star review on iTunes if you would be so kind. Buy our merchandise because it's nice and we like you to do that. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.